midday, good midday, good midday, good midday, good mid of the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. So we again are thankful to God for the privilege to be able to come in to share with you. I lost something, as you can tell. So I'm thankful to God for his grace and his mercy, his loving kindness, not only just toward me, but toward us all. Sharon, how you be? How you be? How you be? How you be? How's your bees? Sharon, good to have you here with us. Good midday to you. Pray that you are enjoying this weather. Please enjoy it. Please, 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 please enjoy it, because in a few months it's not going to be here. So I don't want to hear no complaining about how hot it is, none of the rest of that stuff. This is the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. Minister Sarah, Cora, bless his holy name. Thank you for being here. Nancy Doe, bless you. Why is my granddaughter FaceTiming me now? Lord have mercy. Okay. I'm doing pretty good. Nancy, Carletta, Chaplain Hearns, Sherry, Lovelace of the Cameron, bless you for being here. I will FaceTime this child back later. Lord, if she says that I need to watch this little boy tomorrow, I don't know what I'm going to do with her. Okay. Minister Faye, Lisa, Linda of the Arrington, Tom Swanson. Good to have y'all here with us on today. We are just grateful to God for each and every one of you. Being Gladys, bless his name. Jemison, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Valerie, asking prayer. Okay. Okay, I got you. Valerie, stops. You will be just fine. I'm gonna tell you something. Rhonda, Barbara, Bishop Moore, my friend, bless you, man. Love you much as well. Let me tell you something about the child that's the guardian. God blesses that child's sacrifice tremendously. Okay. Praying for your girlfriend. Listen, Valerie. Out of every family, there's always one who becomes the caregiver. And so we're grateful to God. Okay. Grateful to God. It's going to be a challenge because now you're going to have two strong-willed people in the same house. Praying for grace and mercy. Welcome, each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here with us on today. And it is a great and wonderful day. Okay. And watch and see what the Lord does. Cynthia, hello. When we'll probably be back out in the parking lot again. Cynthia, try to stop on by, see what the Lord is doing, how the Lord be doing what we do, the way we do it. Okay, tell mom we said hello too, Cynthia. Okay, tell her we said hi. Joe, good to have you here, man. And so we're grateful to God for you, one and all. I got on a minute late. I'm getting ready to text something, so y'all hold on just a second. All right. Sheila, Christy, bless you for being here. Pam, good to have you here. All right. Yes, make sure you do, Cynthia. Lavonda, thank you so much for being here with us. And we bless his holy name. Elder Clay, man, how you doing? Tell the family, the wife and the family we said hello, Vernice. Bless his holy name. Thank you for being here. Minister Rhonda, bless your sweet potato soul for being here with us all day. I got to get into this. I got to get into this because remember I talked about this on yesterday, and I think it was important. Thank you so much, James, for letting us know that all is well and that our quality is what we strive for. To make sure that we provide the very best that we possibly can. So thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Thea, Carolyn, thank you. See, think about this. I'm watching this absolutely ridiculous political climate. I'm watching all of the ignorance and stupidity and the dumbness and the ignorance that is popping out. I'm gonna see what I can do, Bishop. I saw the flyer that you sent me, so I'm going to try to look at my calendar to see if I'm going to be here. Pray for me and my granddaughter, please. Please pray. Please pray for me. Please pray. Please pray for me. Oh, Gaither, listen. Victor, Trinette with you. Both of y'all, hello. Do you remember when you were 21? Do you remember when you knew everything? Do you remember when older people who are with, would you say, Christy? Do you remember when you thought you knew everything from A to Z and, oh, Father. And so I'm trying to help this knucklehead, but she done listened to her friends that don't know nothing. She done went on TikTok and Google stuff, and she don't know nothing. They don't know nothing. Here I am going on 67. I at least know a couple of things. And yet still, and I love this child. But whoa, she tries every nerve I have. And I told the Lord, no, I didn't have to tell the Lord this because I would not try my parents like she's trying me. Okay. Hey, Katrina, how you doing? Somebody was looking for you. And so we talk about greatness. About 5 to 8 more years of the kick in. Thank you, Christy. I needed that level of encouragement, okay? Because this one here, she just whatever. And she just FaceTimed me because her and her mama just went at it. So I'm like, I got a snapshot to teach. So listen. And I'm telling you, when I tell you I love her, okay, there's nothing I won't do for her, but I won't let her use me. Okay. Hey, LMA. And so we talk about greatness, and that's really what's going on in the political climate right now. That's really what's happening. That's really what's taking place. Sounds like your son. The grandchildren, when they get older, Bishop, you'll see. I'll sit down and talk to you about it so you can be prepared for what is yet to come. Because you got to remember, all of my grandchildren are grown. The youngest is 21. The oldest is 30 or 31. So, Cora, at that age, I was scared to do what some of these kids would do because I feared for my life. And if you got more than one child, one of those children is the one that's going to work your last nerve. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. So we talk about greatness. We look at all of the foolishness that's going on. We look at the stuff that's going on in Florida, where now, now, slavery was an assistant to black people and taught them skills. And all of the wildness that's going on in this world, and people are clamoring even in the church. Now, I'm not talking about union, because they know I'll shoot them if they start clamoring. No, I'm just kidding. And so how do you deal with becoming great? How do you deal, LMA? How do you deal with this aspiration? Remember, I'm in Mark chapter 9, starting at verse 33. And when I get there, they're on the road to Capernaum. And while they are on the road to Capernaum, hey, Jaleesa, they're arguing as if Jesus is actually not there. They're Chaplain, they're arguing. They're arguing over who's going to be the greatest, because there's a feud going on, because 3 of them went up on the mountain of transfiguration. The rest of them were down at the bottom of the mountain. When they all came down, this started. See, you can go back to Joseph with that coat that his daddy gave him that distinguished him from the rest of his brothers. And so when you see situations where it looks like there's some level of elevation above and beyond where you are, when you're not settled, when you're not sure, when you're not operating in the gift that God has given you, you will be just like them. So Jesus asked the question, what y'all arguing about? And they get quiet. They kept silent, okay, because they were disputing among themselves who was going to be. Can you, wait a minute. Can I ask a question? How great were they before Jesus? Oh, wait a minute. Can I ask you a question? How great were you before Jesus? How powerful were you before Jesus? How insightful were you before Jesus? How inclined to do the right thing were you before Jesus? Lady Bowling, bless you for being here. I want us to think about this for just a moment. Who's going to be the greatest? What made them, you were a scrub, what made them great in their minds was their association with greatness. Ooh. Just like everybody talk about, I marched with Dr. King, I've been with Dr. King, but yeah, they were fishermen, they were tax collectors, they was thieves and liars and all the rest of that stuff. And so what made them somebody was not them, it was him. Now they have, listen to this, now they have neglected the fact that who they have become is because of who they are associated with. And they turn around and want to know which one of us will be the greatest. And they're arguing. Now, here's what they're doing in their arguing. Are y'all with me? Y'all with me so far? Here's what they are doing in their arguing. Each of them has a position in their mind that permits them to believe that they can be great. And what they are great in is not what they should be great in now. They were great fishermen. They were great tax collectors. They were great this. They were great that. But now that there's a shift from carnality to righteousness, there's a new move of God that's happening in their lives because they did not choose, they were chosen. I hope somebody is catching this. Whatever happens in your life, it is only because he chose you. If you go back into the earlier parts of the gospel recorded by Mark, you will see that Jesus chose them. And so here they are. Who's going to be the greatest? And then here's the thing that's so powerful about Jesus. He sits them down. He calls the 12 of them together. He says, I understand. This is the Michael Harrison version of the Greek text. He says, let's have a conversation. Let's talk about something. Because I understand. And why did he ask them the question? Just to see if they'd be honest. Sometimes the Lord, hey, Pee Wee, sometimes the Lord will ask a question just to see if you'll be honest enough to answer it. But see, when you're shysty, when you're wrong, when you're bent out of shape, it's hard to talk to truth about something that you're not even qualified to be. He says, let's sit down here for a minute because I think it's time for me to settle this argument. He says, if anyone desires to be first, let him be last of all and servant of all. Wait a minute. Minister Sarah, I'm trying to get people to catch this. Listen to what I'm saying. Jesus now puts water on their whole notion of greatness. He says, if you want to be first, you've got to be last and a servant to all. I forget where I was. Where was I? I can't remember where I was. And some event or something was going on. And somebody said, well, don't you belong up there? And I was like, no. It's like, what do you mean? What do you mean you don't belong? You're the pastor, you're the state. I said, wait a minute. Let's be biblical about this. First of all, the Bible is quite clear about positioning yourself where you have not asked to be positioned. Woo. Lord, something just went through me when I said that. First of all, this is not my pulpit. It's not my event. It's not my situation. I showed up. I'm going to sit out here in the audience. Hey, Ayana, I'm going to sit out here in the audience. I'm going to stay out here in the audience because the Bible says it's better to be asked up than to be asked down. And so in the midst of that, you got to have some level of humility, not humiliation. You got to have some level of humility about yourself that irregardless of the position you hold, you respect authority and positionings of other people above and beyond yourself. Okay? Are you hearing what I'm saying? And during the entire event, nobody asked me. I didn't get an attitude. I didn't get mad. I didn't go, what in the world? I'm this, that, and the other. They should no, because who I am is not because I deserve to be who I am, but I am who and what I am by the grace of God. Look at what Jesus says. Jesus says, greatness comes from service. I'm the state. Listen, let me tell you a couple of positions I have so y'all can get mad at me and say that I'm thinking more highly of myself than I ought to. I am the pastor of what I consider to be one of the greatest churches in the United States, the Union Baptist Church. I am the moderator of the Eastern District. I consider that to be one of the greatest districts. I am the president of the Ohio Baptist State Convention. I think that is phenomenal, and it's a work of ministry that God permits me to hit. I am the chair of the Ohio Organizing Collaborative, which is a privilege in and of itself. I am also on the board of Compass, which is a mental health organization that helps a lot of people. And those are the ones I choose to mention. So when I mention those things, or those things are mentioned, it gives me clout and status. It also gives me preferential treatment if I chose to take it. Let me tell you what's going to happen after the first Sunday in August as we make our way to the hotel in preparation for the Congress of Christian Education that's going to kick off that Monday after the first Sunday in August. Me and my crew are going to be on our hands and knees, taping down wires and doing all that other kind of stuff. I'm going to be driving a van filled with equipment. I'll be driving the van filled with equipment, making our way down there to do what we need to do. I will be setting up PA systems and media ministry with the help of those that are going with me to do that. Y'all not hearing what I'm saying. I am not, and every pastor in there, the only other one that helps me out is Dr. Fletcher and Dr. Shear. They have no problem with getting on their hands and knees and doing, even though we might need a little help up because we're not as young as we used to be. What does that say? I don't walk into the room to be recognized, to be now respected, yes. But to act like Jesus Christ just came into the room, no. Jesus is trying to get them to understand something, and then I'm gone, and we're going to finish up the rest of this in just a moment on tomorrow. He says, while y'all arguing about who's going to be great, I'm going to show you what greatness is, not in the world, but in the kingdom of God. I hope y'all caught something today. I hope something blessed you for just a moment, just to share this a little bit with you. And then we're going to deal with the rest of that part of the passage that's going to talk about the mindset necessary to be great. Because if you ain't got the mind of Christ, you'll never understand what greatness is, because you'll think the sun rises and sets on you and whatever. But I'm going to say it because this is a phrase that is being used all the time. It ain't never been about us. It's always been about him. I love y'all with the love of Jesus Christ. I pray that I blessed you just a little bit today. And that is so important to me. And I look forward. Oh, don't forget, I got to start promoting this next week. August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. We will be at the corner of Hillman and Madison. The Save the Soul of Youngstown Tent Revival is going to take place. Let me tell you who preaching. Let me tell you who preaching. Myself, Pastor Krista Tyson of Mount Calvary, and Bishop Kenneth Paramore. Listen, y'all don't want to miss this move of God. I'm going to come back a little bit later in the day because I'm going to start asking for people to help financially. We've got some great sponsors that have sponsored us. I'm waiting on an email, a text message to come through this morning on the South Side. On the South Side, that's where we're going to be. Listen, when we raise that money, it does not go to myself, Pastor Tyson, or Bishop Paramore. The sponsors help to cover the expenses. The first year, listen to what I'm saying. The first year we did it, it came out of mine's and Bishop's pocket totally. And God blessed. City Kids Care we gave to. I can't remember the other one we gave to last year. I'm waiting for the name of the other organization that we're going to be. We take all the money that is raised and give it to an organization that is helping underserved children in the city of Youngstown. Y'all did. Urban Scholars, thank you so much. We gave it to the Urban Scholars last year. Y'all not hearing what I'm saying, are you? I thank God for Daryl Johnson and Daryl Jones. I thank God for Daryl Jones and the work that he's doing. and he is doing phenomenal work. That's why we invested in him. I want y'all to invest in us so that we can be a blessing to the city, and we don't cross over and mess up what somebody else is doing. We do what we do because there are now I'm gonna tell you why we give this money to these types of organizations. Some of these other organizations have money coming from everywhere in. Some of these organizations barely make ends meet, and they are helping these children. So listen, I'll come back later on today. They got another event going to take place here. But I got to go because I got some stuff I got to get done before they show up. Love y'all with the love of Jesus Christ. And I talked too long today. May God bless you. May he keep you is our prayer.